used to know Jo, and we shared many platforms with, particularly regarding women and women's safety. But what she immediately begged us all to do is arrive at our collective wisdom to do something better for women, better for community.
I mean, she symbolised something. She did symbolise that whole thing about hope and the coming together. And
at that time, we were so shocked because that kind of public hatred for women wasn't as evident, right?
I do think particularly women in leadership positions, because of course I'm a woman, gets more criticism and actually not particularly nice coverage on social media. And I have, you know, I know what that is like.
We've seen all the, you know, the attacks on the Muslim community post Southport, and now, you know, my community, my religion is really in the limelight because of what happened in Southampton. So it seems like, you know, we all share the values, we all believe in equality until one of us does something wrong. Now, I would like to say, you know, all the religions, all the groups will have some people who are very misguided and, you know, are attracted to creating violent society.
that's what happens.
Yeah. But to blame the whole religion and the whole community, I think is just incredible.
When I came to live in this country, I was actually almost negative towards faith because faith was used to justify rape camps, ethnic cleansing, killing, etc. But I have regained that having engaged with people of different faiths because I think they all have good things. And it is only those who use faith and religion to justify their actions and, sadly, crimes, particularly in conflict, that give faith a bad name.
I think it's a responsibility as well as a Christian leader to actually create cohesive communities. Not only do I stand alongside other people of faith, but do I also make sure that I have a responsibility to make sure that how I act as a Christian leader in no way could be interpreted in a way that becomes, is used against other faiths.
I'm a Sikh, and I always feel I have multiple identities. You know, I'm a British, I'm European, I'm of Indian heritage, and all of those experiences, you know, help me to contribute to the work we do here.
We grew up with, you know, Hindu, Christians, and Sikhs and Buddhists on our doorstep. And I grew up with this incredible passion that we were all, I didn't realize in that term, at that moment, that we were all human beings together.
And it's the mixture of things, and she believed that you would be a mixture of things, but you would be proud of it, and you'd if you like, express it, not for yourself, but because it allowed everybody else in.
I think there are lots of things that we would disagree on. Right? Even today, some of the discussions, we all have rights to disagree. But it's how we do it, in what manner, and can we talk to each other afterwards? That's the most important facet.
And I often reflect that, you know, I think when terrible things happen, a lot of communities do come together. And sometimes it's how do we tell those stories of hope where people do have a common understanding and value.
I'm just really touched by how much in commons we all do have.
We may not all describe it like that, but there is a kind of sisterhood. You know, the celebrations when you became Archbishop was something else. It was really wonderful.
And where we've come to now is hope that, you know, what happened as a result of Jo's death would then give us a better sense of direction, not to go down that path of hatred.
There is nothing that compares to humanity and ability to connect across religions and races and ethnicities, etc., and learn from each other.
And I think that's a Jo Cox message. There's a bigger picture out there, which actually from all faiths we ought to be able to share.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.